if we think about the example of, for example, American universities, in a sense, there are certain areas that are really built on universities. Of course, Silicon Valley, in a sense, is really built a lot on Stanford. On the other side, there is actually Boston, which is even more, because it's built on MIT and Harvard, essentially. And personally, I think that, of course, a place like Hong Kong can really have, is already doing a lot, actually, but can really do more about it. I don't know whether you guys have some opinions or some things that you would like to see. I don't know, maybe Stephanie, from, of course, your side internal to the university, but also from Yina, Terence, or Kevin, if you would like to add something on a very important point, I think.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that from the university side, we want to develop more systematically. My experience so far has been that, a lot of the alumni connections with students happen informally. So I actually have 2 students this semester who really wanted to participate in a project with a company, but we had no connection to the company. And so they reached out, and it just so happens that the founder was an HKU alum and was more than happy to talk to them, and they're now doing a project with that company. So we found alumni very receptive to working with our students and engaging with them on a deeper level. But the systematic channels are not there to do so. And I think it's definitely an important point, and would be a really valuable addition to the learning experience, and potentially to kind of the mentorship possibilities for up and coming entrepreneurs, if that could exist.
Yeah, I think one very interesting example, like perhaps university is one, but we can also learn from institutions that are not university. And one of the biggest example in startup ecosystem is actually Y Combinator. So Y Combinator actually, use the way of, simple technology, like Bookface is one of the way that they keep their community thriving. People communicate on the platform, and it's I would say it's very interesting to see how, there are a lot of events happening in ecosystem and around the world. Like some people put it in, business networking, business matching to actually help expand that network. And I would say the success rate is quite low, but what the success rate is high is actually, by putting people together in a place. Like when people are together in a place, they then talk and then they then exchange information. And that's actually how I feel like, it's the most useful thing ever, to put all the entrepreneurs together in Idendron. Then they, naturally start talking about, investor, naturally start talking about like, oh, how do we help them apply funding? And these are all very natural talks. And then while, in the past 3 years, I've been to a lot of like, networking matching event that, like 15 minutes chat, and then, or like, email introduction, it becomes very transactional and nothing deep actually is able to happen. So a university, I think especially HKU with such a, long history, a lot of people come back and we're still able to develop that personal network is because of, like we really want to contribute back. We really want to come back and we're happy to come back. So I think it's sort of just lack of, something that could actually make people like come back more often, a reason maybe.
Yeah, I share this similar thoughts that we have to get people together at a place to get them really connected. Sharing a bit of my experience with some other alumni groups or group chats, like something like that. We connect people with the same industry together, with over 300 people connected together. Sometimes people throw an idea into the group and nobody's gonna answer that because they don't really know each other that well. The bonding is not that close. If you put people together, they kind of have some personal connection to each other. It's easier to get the trust and really work something out together. And yeah, I believe other than the faculties, maybe we can think of on the industry side. So similar career on HKU. We can have alumni groups of different, industry. So we can get people together with their investor. There are people looking for jobs. There could be students looking for mentors. A lot of stuff that we can do together. Yeah, right.